Fine. Yeah. I got one thing to say that should make me feel a little bit better if I just made is that today we were having audio sync issues, and I want to thank the staff here at the Reading Gas Lamp for working with us and working really hard to try and fix the problem, and we were unable to fix the problem in time for the screening tonight. I hope it wasn't too distracting, and I hope you still enjoyed the film.
It was fun!
We were shooting bricks today. I guess you got anything to open with, or you want to just go straight to questions?
I'm hungry. Does anyone
like granola bars and stuff. Yeah, we didn't eat dinner. We skipped dinner to try and fix our issues. But anyway, I really loved your reactions. I was so happy that you were all clearly enjoying it a lot. So thank you. Let's let you start with the first one.
Yeah, I was so inspired by what you've been doing, and also as a fan of Japanese animation, I started my own show called the American Anime Otaku. And like you said, if you have a passion for something, you go out and do it. And that's what I did. I started my own show, and I'm reaching my 100th episode.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, hey, what's up?
Hello. Well, first off, I would love to say a great job making the movie, and as a reward for awarding our wishes, I would like to present you with fulfilling one of your childhood wishes with your own. Remember back when you were young, when you said that you beat the glitched version of Mega Man 5 that was
Yeah,
fun, and how you said you wanted a medal?
Where you did.
I got a medal right here for you.
All right.
Yeah, I misspelled that on purpose. If you see the typos, it's on purpose.
Thanks.
Who's next? I'm kind of liking blue shirt. Boom. That's good. Yeah, you can do it too.
So we're going to be getting a ton of new video game nerd episodes, right?
You're gonna get more. Oh yeah. I don't know what you mean by a ton more, but it depends on your definition. But you're getting more. Hey, right over here.
Were you inspired, from like fans of so bad it's good movies? That's what
Absolutely, so bad it's good movies.
yeah,
Like
everybody was so
Playing on from Outer Space, Troll 2, stuff like that.
The room.
That's what we live for. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I say that why you story was people are loving bad games and that how you came up with the idea.
That's interesting. I never equated it that way, but yeah, you could say, like E.T., worst game of all time, Playing on from Outer Space, worst movie of all time. There's plenty of other worst movies, but it's sort of like you need something to pin as the worst of all time.
Has anyone seen the movie Mazes and Monsters starring a young Tom Hanks? That's my least favorite movie. I'll give anyone $10 if they can sit through it in 1 second.
All right.
Ooh, jeez, this guy, not you. Maroon. Yeah, that's you.
When you were writing the movie, did you sit down and say, okay, I've said shit like 1,000,000 times, how can I make it funny still?
Shit.
Like difficulty or not, or if you're like, oh yeah, shit, I like
Difficulty for the dialogue that you heard. Yeah, I think a lot of the dialogue in it was later. It was repeated in many third episodes, sometimes it was the other way around. Sometimes it was like as a best of kind of thing. It was kind of like let's reference nerd episodes. Other times it was like we'd say something in the script, but then we ended up having to use it for an episode, or I would say it again and forget that it was from the movie or something. Hey, right in the middle here. Oh, it hits you. Jason Brewer, our cinematographer. Stand up, Jason. Good job.
I just want you guys to talk about how you feel about the actual cartridges being dug up.
Oh, how about the actual cartridge being dug up?
Yeah.
My case off doing that.
Oh yeah, it was really interesting. It's like this is just the year of the Atari landfill.
Yeah, they called us to try to have us in their dock. We were a little too busy, but I think it's awesome. The fact that 2014 is like this huge Atari landfill year. I think it's helped us and we helped them and just made this story all the more awesome.
Well, a lot of people are like, oh, the myth is killed, or it just depends which way you look at it. Because the myth was always that there's 2 million unsold cartridges in the game, but there's also the dumping when they were liquidating their El Paso plant, where
Pretty much
they dumped down the world.
Pretty much a telephone type game. Like I say this, then someone else say something else. Sort of like a telephone game.
Telephone game?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I honestly think that was all a hoax anyway. It was like, prove it. You can deal with anything.
Hey, right here.
I gotta ask, I remember watching you back when you were known as the Angry Nintendo Nerd.
Yeah.
And
Me
you've
too.
been around for like 10 years now, so I'm kind of curious, how does it feel to go from just recording videos in a room to like having a room full of all these people?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool because this is where it's at. It's showing stuff live. You get to really see people. You see the views, and then you see comments. On your site and on YouTube and everything. But it really makes a big difference when it's real life. Let's see. There's so many hands that I don't know where to go.
Well, what's your opinion on these new video games coming out these days? That's I just want to know,
So I just
compared to like the old school ones. I mean, how do you like? Do you like reviewing like any of the newer games? I mean,
they're harder, they're longer to play now. I don't know why the games just seem to get longer as you use them. They just take a real long time to beat. There's a lot more cutscenes nowadays and everything.
Metal Gear Solid.
I like to play new games when I get time that I don't as much. I'm always just playing old shitty ones to make it. Hey, we're right here.
For the both of you guys, what is like your favorite Easter egg in the movie that people might have missed?
Oh. I know mine. Does anyone know my favorite?
I do. When he knocks over OGM Grand, the glitch room with pops.
Turtles.
Let's see, how about
A lady, another lady. You make it a female perspective. Oh, there's no.
What's next after doing a movie?
Another movie.
What's gonna
Board games movie.
There's so many movie ideas.
Board James. Dream Zone. You know what's bullshit?
I've narrowed it down to 6 movie ideas, so I have to pick one of the 6 for my next ones. I don't know yet, so it's gonna be something. They're right here in the middle.
So I have 2 questions. Who was in the robot suit?
Oh no, you mean Death Wasses suit. There were 3 different people in there. Let's say the suit was created by we had a team of Josh Russell with his wife Sierra, with Frank Balzer and Adrian Woodruff, who was the son of Tom Woodruff Jr., you know, Aliens and stuff. Gilman and Monster Squad and everything. So yeah, he created the suit for us and with the whole team. And then Dave Woodruff was actually playing the monster during most of it. But then there was a lot of pickup shoots on the East Coast, and then we had 2 other people play him, Scotty Schieffer and Matt Conan. So 3 people played Death Wasses.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were gonna do a John Carpenter thing where you play the.
I wonder how many times you notice Mike to tell you who he doesn't even see when there's one part where it's just the shoulder of Cooper in the beginning. It was actually Mike that was on that shot wearing his shirt. Mike always felt the character was kind of based on him too, as being like the nervous assistant and camera operator and everything. So, yeah. How about right here? Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for putting Eddie Pepitone in the movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
They're good. He's a documentary you have to check out.
Yes,
It's really funny. Awesome.
Fantastic.
I know you and the critic had your little thing for a while. I'm just curious, how come in like Boldy Flea you got like a good 5 minutes, and here he's like, hi, bye.
Oh, okay. So he got the short end of the.
I don't know if it was like a joke because you won the battle or not, so he got a short cameo.
Yeah, no, I mean, I left that all for him, so he wrote it, so I guess he'd probably be able to answer it about it. Yeah, hey, right here.
How did you decide what kind of life to give to the nerd? Because here it's a real character. So how did you decide what kind of life he would get?
Yeah, we decide what he's like when he steps outside, and we decide, well, he must work at a game store, but you can't have everybody happy with what they're doing in the movie. That's what makes it film. So he's selling games that he's not happy about, and that they're he's starting with newer games usually. We make it clear he's like living in the past. Or Duty 3000. Yeah.
It's coming.
Hey, I want to compliment you for a second, James, because what you did was really hard, because you took a short, film character that's always angry, and then had to expand it across, 2 hours to get different types of anger.
1 hour 55 minutes.
You definitely had the hardest role in the movie, and you did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
First, I want to apologize to the group for one back being an unpopular question, but as a nerd and a dad, I'm kind of curious, how's our kid doing? What do you think about it since you announced that, the birth and all that?
Yeah. Oh, very well. Yeah, very, very well. She's adorable. My daughter. Yeah. Very much right now. I've been away from home for a week. It's still going. I will be home. So yeah. She's adorable. Yeah, she's doing great.
Is she angry too?
She can be. Yeah. She's on the ground. She's angry at midnight and at 3 a.m. Hey, way in the back there. Waving.
Well, first of all, I really like the movie. I have one question to make me fully understand it. It's about him when he was controlling the game, and then all of a sudden he's controlling the real life ET thing.
Yeah.
Do you mind explaining a little bit about that?
That was one of the hardest things. On the page, it's really easy to write that, but to make it feel like suddenly the magic, the paranormal magic of ET itself, can control Area 51. Is the whole idea. You know what I mean? The game is magic, and Cooper started controlling, Area 51, and I think what it opens it up to is essentially that every time you guys play ET, you're controlling all these scientists there.
It was a hard thing to write because I kept, at one point I was like, I think we're making the game too magical. But I think it was great. You know, it was really cool. But I remember going there just thinking of National Treasure or the Da Vinci Code, where they're finding secrets in something. I wanted that to be like it. But so originally it was just a floor-plan Area 51. That was the whole thing. But then we kept adding more mystical things to it. And
More mystical.
And it just made it bigger, made the story bigger, and that's what makes, you know, that's what kind of movie it is.
Also,
Overall. Yeah.
This guy's been really wanting it. With the red shirt, waving that flag over there.
I actually pointed him once, but sometimes you guys, somebody and someone else standing up there. It's kind of hard.
You agree, I will go first.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for James.
Yeah.
How long did it took you to collect all those games? Did you have some of them since you were a kid?
Yeah, I mean, some of them I still own as a kid. I mean, ones in the movie or just ones from the episode?
No, ones from the episodes.
Yeah, some of them are still, you know, my childhood games. Very few of them, because I sold a lot of my old games, you know, when I was a kid. I didn't own like that many. Like everybody owned like, you know, you have like a little pile of games, maybe like a shoebox full, maybe. You know, I sold a lot of them because I always say I sold Contra for $7 to get a sandwich one time. I'll never remember.
I want to do that right now.
I'll never remember that sandwich, but I'll always remember Contra.
I remember that sandwich.
You would remember that sandwich?
Yeah. All that's left is a balloon sandwich.
Nothing else. Anybody over here know what that? Yeah.
I was curious, how did you meet Bear McCreary and White Kaufman?
Oh,
How did you meet them?
Bear McCreary was through email. He wrote me one time and told me he was a fan, and then we just started talking, and then we did the How the Nerd Stole Christmas episode, and then we did this. I said, the music sounded fucking amazing, didn't it? I think someone in Toronto, I think, showed him the trailer of the movie, and then we got talking, and then we went over there and we interviewed him one time, and we asked him if he did an episode, and he did. So we did, you know, the Toxic Crusaders episode, and you know, obviously cameoed in the film. So yeah, and actually, I'm glad you brought it up because I just remember Saturday, 9 o'clock, I'm going to be on the Toronto panel as a guest. When Lloyd asks you to be on a panel, you say yes.
I think Lloyd Kaufman is the funniest AVGN cameo. And before that, I thought I was. I just want to say, fuck you, Lloyd Kaufman.
Oh, what's up?
Any other panels?
Oh, any other panels? Actually, no, I don't have any other panels. I applied for one like months ago, and then we heard back that they were full. So, but hey, you know what? We sold out the Reading Dance right, you know, next door at Comic-Con. Yeah.
The special effects you guys did was amazing. What was that? Was it difficult to do that with like all the airplanes and the tanks and all that?
Holy shit. I want to say that thank you to the fans. If any VFX fans in the audience, raise your hand. Man, stand up, they're all here. Oh, geez, that's amazing. Stand up, stand up. Who did VFX? There were a lot more hands.
Japan. So some of our monster footage was genuinely made in Japan.
Partly, yeah. We had over 80 VFX artists from around the globe, from Australia to Denmark. And they did such a good job, but it did take, we paid, you know, paying them not much, zero. It took quite a long time for them to do their job on, you know, Spider-Man or whatever they were working on, and then come home and do VFX for us. It ended up taking like 2 years to get back into that.
It was crazy, yeah. Definitely. I don't make man.
Fellow editor here, I know you explained in your making of video that you use Final Cut a lot, but for something as tedious and like big as this movie, Final Cut or Adobe?
Well, I always use Final Cut. That's what this was edited on and everything. I've been using Final Cut for more than 10 years. I used Premiere before that, and I used Avid before that. But then I eventually settled on Final Cut. But it's always, there's so many editing systems out there, and they're always changing. And they always update everything except Final Cut. Unless you count Final Cut X. But,
Final Cut 7 for the win.
Final Cut 7.
You got a great package, man.
That's why it's Mega Man, not Average Man.
I was gonna ask originally if he knew if he could play Mountain Speaks. It was in a remake.
Do y'all have trouble licensing or getting permission to use
Obviously.
games? Actual footage from the games, because it was all obviously like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Yeah, we did. I'll tell you, well, we had fun making up fake games, and basically with this movie, everything was legally cleared. Everything was like all proper legal. And we were able to clear everything Atari, for example, and we actually got in touch with Atari, and Atari is, well, that's producer Sean's job, that was what he did. And Atari's changed ownership so many times over the years. In fact, they changed ownership again while we were shooting the film. So we had to go through the thing all over again. But anyway, we were able to clear everything except for mainly the ET game. And the reason why is they had, Atari doesn't own the game. It goes back to the movie studios, because the movie studios would own all the rights back then or something. And then we got in touch with the movie studio, and it was like, they were just like, oh, we don't know if Mr. Spielberg would be interested. And we're like, okay, so basically we got to get in touch with Steven Spielberg. How are we going to do that? So basically we reached a dead end, and we didn't even find this out until just moments before shooting. And it's like, okay, what do we do now? Like we need to have the ET thing in there. And I talked to lawyers and was like, we really need to clear it, because it's like what makes it different from a nerd episode? And they said, well, episodes are, they're critiques. It's fair use, it's just a critique. But this was expanding it into a whole feature film, and they're telling us that this is different and that we have to clear it. So basically, we ended up, redesigning it, and as well as a lot of other games that we had fun with. A lot of those, like Top Gun, we were just, when it says like up, down, do something, like we were having a lot of fun with that. And then we started having fun with ET, and we were like, this is actually kind of funny. And that I now kind of see it as like a spoof, as a parody, sort of like it's an alternate reality. Like we know that the game isn't really a floor plan to Area 51 or anything like that. So this is like
Not true.
yeah, this is an alternate reality. So yeah, now it upset me at the time, but now it seems like a minor thing.
That was my lowest point, I think.
When we couldn't, yeah.
Outside of my lowest point.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't something Mr. Spielberg interested in. I think he's interested in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, let's do one more, because let me just check the time.
No, good.
We're gonna take one more, and we're gonna explain to you. Actually, Pat, I don't know if you want to help us explain. We're gonna explain to you how the line's gonna work, what we're gonna do, because we gotta go upstairs actually.
So we're going to follow James back around and up the escalator to the third floor, where we'll be doing signing there at a table.
Yeah, we're gonna go pretty quick. We'll keep the line moving when we're up there. So I'll be able to sign one thing and take the picture. Selfies are always good. I like them. They're quick, but they're also really fun. I like being able to see myself. I didn't know what the hell a selfie was like last year. So I scared myself a selfie. Cool. So a good one. Not a lame one. Hey, you got your hand up for a while. What you got?
Is there a specific scene or shot you're really excited to see on the light?
Oh, I got my own favorite. I don't play favorites, so if this wasn't going to be a best shot, I'm sorry. But I think the homemade spaceship CG just flying over the fence was so badass. It was so fucking good, man.
We didn't know how that was going to work. And monster in it. It's just like, you know, it's just, there's just so much stuff to it. Yes, anyway, thanks a lot.
I know that. Well, hey, while we're getting the stuff signed, I'll ask him to have like out the microphone on me.
Actually, do you know what?
Everyone follow me!
You like the movie?
Okay, everyone follow Pat.